Good evening. It's Laura Donnelly from Dancing with Ease Body Brain Balance, and I am here with day 178 of Strange and Interesting Times. So, this daily life has become part of my practice, and my practice of paying attention. So, I thought I would talk about creating a personal practice or a well-being practice. How easily you can do it. It's really easy. First, you just have to have an intention to do it. And then you have to take one step. My friend Christine Goad, she spoke on the healing path about a path is made by walking. And a practice is a path. A bunch of years ago, I can't remember how many now, but my mom had a friend, and he had been a priest. And when he retired, he decided that he was going to walk from the US-Mexico border to the US-Canada border, pretty much up Highway 281, which runs through the central part of the country. It runs right through the middle of Kansas, north to south or south to north, and it runs through my hometown, which is where he had worked. Maybe that's where he had worked right before he retired, but maybe it was one or two church postings before he retired. But anyway, he had a friend, and they had camping gear and they had some space for hotels, and the person came with a car and didn't follow him exactly, but was close by in case anything happened. And when he finished his journey and his trek, he visited people that he knew, and he stopped and talked to my mom, and she asked him, what did you learn from your long journey? And he said that the most important thing he learned was that sometimes you just have to put one foot in front of the other. And a lot of life is like that in terms of starting a new habit. Say you want to start a new eating habit. You do it one little tiny step at a time. I mean, I suppose you could do 5 or 10 steps at one time, but if I try that, I usually fail. I forget what my steps are. And so my friend Christina Altiati was also on the healing path, and she did recently something called the 28-day fat burning challenge. Really, it wasn't a challenge. Well, it was called a challenge, but what it was a group of people who said, okay, we're going to try and change our diets and see if we can get our bodies to function differently. And I got to tell you, it's really cool. It really works. I didn't even do it perfectly. I just made little tiny incremental changes following her plan. And I had a lot of things shift. You probably don't notice it, but I noticed it. I can see my chin. So, but what I want to say is it wasn't hard. It wasn't painful. It wasn't stressful. Part of it is her and her attitude. And, and she's like, well, like if you have to have a biscuit, have a biscuit. She said it's better to have a biscuit today than deny yourself and then tomorrow eat a whole box of the biscuits, which is true. It's much better to do that. And so this idea that there's a good way and a bad way or a right way and a wrong way, I like to think of it as just moving in a direction of easiness. Am I getting easier or am I getting less easy? And I approach the whole changing my eating patterns from the point of view of how easily can I do this? And it was fun and easy. And I felt better right away, and I still feel better. And it's still easy to follow. And I don't know exactly what will happen, but we'll see, one step at a time. So if you have other things that you want to do, you don't have to do them forever. You just have to do them right now. And in the next minute, it's another right now. And the next minute is another right now. And at every right now point, you have a choice. So this is the same thing with exercising. I'm not quite so good at that yet. I spent hours and hours in the dance studio dancing when I was young. And I loved it. I loved working with other people. And I haven't, living alone, being quiet down, sort of separated apart, I haven't found the exact thing that replaces that kind of nice energy for me. That energy of shared time and space, shared activity. Now, you're noticing this is a deal with me. Yesterday I was talking about shared cooking time together. So I like these things done with other people. And I haven't found the good exercise thing yet. But it's on my list. Every day I take a little step closer to it. Oh, I know what else. Now I remember. I need some new shoes to start a walking practice. But the way to establish a practice for yourself could be a gratitude practice. Again, my friend Cecilia Runciman, she came on the healing path and talked about gratitude. Could also be a happiness practice. I had two people talk about that. My friend V. Pajani and Colette Riley, both talking about happiness from slightly different points of view, but how happiness is a choice. Gratitude is a choice. It's our choice to think of something we're grateful for. And if that resonates for you, you can just every day pick something to think about, to notice that you're grateful for. Today, I was grateful that I had a low-key day, kind of could take a little bit of time off. I had a really busy week and a busy Friday and Saturday. Good, very good, but busy. And so today I still did some things I wanted to do, but I did them at a slightly slower pace. And that was fun. So this is part of my practice. And as I said too, I think about it in a terms of ease. Am I right this moment doing something that is allowing my system to be at ease in itself, right? For me to be at home in my body? Or am I doing something or thinking something that's making me uncomfortable or agitated? This doesn't mean I can't work hard. I can go work in the garden and work up a huge sweat. And I can do it with my body at ease, using just the right amount of energy for, say, digging a new garden bed. That's different than the amount of energy I need to, say, process the tomatoes that I pick from the garden. That takes a different kind of energy. I can do either activity with gung-ho, excess energy and too much, or I can say, what's the right amount of energy? And when I find that right amount of energy, I'm doing whatever I'm doing in a manner that helps my whole system recalibrate itself and function at its optimum level. And that's my primary practice. Everything else I do on top of that foundation. Because I've discovered for myself that even if I do the best thing, say that I want to pray for somebody that I care about, but if I pray with tension in my system from fear or anxiety or frustration, it's not good for me. I don't think it makes a good energy that I'm sending to the other person. So if I feel that coming up in myself, I come back first to myself and I check in. Where's someplace that's easy so that I can approach that quiet meditative state without carrying all that extra tension in there. And if I do the dishes, same thing. Am I banging the pots in the sink? Am I, crashing them into the dishwasher and dropping this and dropping that? Or am I paying attention to where the ease is in myself as I move the plates? And then, in a way, loading the dishwasher becomes a moving meditation that actually helps my whole system, again, recalibrate itself to its best possible functioning. I have to tell you, it's for me, just a fun practice. And so as I play with this, easing in my system and adding exercise into my routine, I'm going to see what happens. I'm going to see, do I like to go walking in the evening? Do I like to go walking in the morning? Do I avoid walking in the rain? I have this hula hoop. I used to love to do this hula hooping. And I could just go hula hoop for 5 minutes. I got to wash it off because it's been in the garage and it might be hosting some spiders. But I can wash it off. I can wash it off with ease, right? I can pay attention to myself as I go and find it with some gloves on and take it outside, bounce it on the ground, drop it, do whatever I have to do to knock anything off, then get the hose out, hose it down, and then prop it up in the sun so that it can dry out. Then it's ready to go. And then, I can do some work on my computer and I can take a break and go hula hoop. If I get really good at it, maybe I'll do one of these lives while I'm hula hooping. Don't hold your breath. So, if you want to know more about this whole practice of easing and tensing in your system, how to get yourself to recalibrate your energy, to come home to your best physically functioning and mentally functioning and emotionally functioning self, I got a great thing you could do. I'm part of this wonderful group of people who are offering classes and resources for people who want to do podcasting. And I'm teaching this whole at ease process, body brain balance, in the area of working with your voice. So how do you use your voice to remind you when you're losing your ease and to come back to it quickly? And it's, I tell you, 75% off of my normal classes. And so if you've been wanting to test this and say, oh, I wonder what this is like. I wonder if I would like it. I wonder if it would work for me. This is a perfect time to do it. Plus, there's a whole bunch of other things. Actually, 41 other classes, workshops, resources, cool stuff. So I'll put a link for that in the comments. And if you are interested, it would be great to have you in the class and do some exploring and playing together. Tomorrow will be day 100 and I think 79. I think 79. Oh my heavens. See you tomorrow. Is tomorrow Monday? You know what? Tomorrow's Monday. I think I might have a guest. Cool. Something to look forward to. Talk to you soon.